Radio Row, Super Bowl 47, New Orleans Convention Center. That's where we're located. Darren McFarland, 102.5 The Game. Our coverage as the week is starting to wind down. Hard to believe. It's been a crazy week, but all of our coverage brought to you by Low T Center in Brentwood, inside Maryland Farms, and Freeland Chevy Business Elite Sales. Now, our next interview, I have to be honest, radio really doesn't do her a lot of justice. That's why she chose television. Smart move for Michelle Beisner with the NFL Network. How you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
I want you to know that my week would not have been complete had I not been able to stop by this table right here.
Really?
Just want
have
you to know
Have you said that this morning?
Every single time I get down, I sit down with someone, I say that.
Okay, so
I
don't feel special at all.
Don't feel special at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mission
I just
accomplished.
want everyone to be on the same playing field here.
How did you get involved? How did you get down this path? You do a great job. You're pretty much dealing with the 49ers or the West Coast teams, but how did you know this was the avenue you wanted to take?
Well, you know, it started at a very young age. I always knew that I wanted to work in the sports and entertainment industry in some capacity, and I went to school for this, and I was also, while going to school, I was an NFL cheerleader for the Denver Broncos, and I kind of utilized some of those relationships and started doing some feature pieces on different players and staff and coaches and things like that for Fox Sports Net Rocky Mountain region.
Now, was this the John Elway run to the Super Bowls?
Actually, my first year with the team was Super Bowl 32, so it was 1997-98 season. So I got in.
So you only pick winners, basically.
Pretty much. Picked you.
Good answer, man.
Picked you, my friend.
Hey, take all the time you need with these questions.
There you go. So yeah, you work your way up. You work your way through the ranks, and you stay committed to your process, and you just work hard. I think for women in sports especially, you see so many of them, but it doesn't always work out. It's very easy, I think, to be handed an opportunity, but for you to be able to stick around and utilize it to your best abilities, it's a grind, and you've got to know what you're doing.
Now, you had an uncle or?
So my uncle, the Polish Eagle, his name is Dick Jankowski. He is the voice of the Minnesota Gophers. He is a celebrity beyond, and he like trumps Rich Eisen.
Really?
Oh, Troy Aikman. I'm just looking around, Radio Row, just picking out celebrities that I see. Dick Jankowski, my friends.
Darren McFarland?
Well, I don't know about that.
Okay.
See, I wouldn't put you in that category. I hold you at a much higher standard and level. But yeah, he was, my favorite uncle growing up, and was always kind of an influence and someone that I said, hey, I can do that. I want to do that stuff. And so, yeah, he's been a great, great support system, too.
Now, how much input do you have with?
A lot.
Really?
Whatever question you're going to ask me, just a lot. No. What?
Does the NFL Network tell you what to say, what to do, or are you more feeding them the info, saying, hey, this is kind of the path I want to take leading up to this game, or during the course of the game?
No, it's both. We're in the field as far as what we say and what we get. It's a collaborative effort as to, hey, let's focus on Kaepernick. Let's focus on, you're going to focus on the big players and the big stories at whatever team you're covering, whatever game you're doing. But the information that I convey and the information that I get from players, that's me. And those are my phone calls that I make, and my stories that I write, and as long as we get it in a timely fashion so game day morning can carry on its 4-hour show without any hiccups, because they got to get a lot of stuff in, then everything's good. But it's been a great season. I've covered the 49ers a lot. I was there when the big decision was made by Harbaugh to bench Smith.
Were you surprised?
I was.
Because we've been trained that you can't lose your job because of injury.
Because of injury, right?
That's what we've always said.
That's right. Yeah, I was surprised. I
remember the game, and I'm trying to think, was it a Sunday? It was probably an NFL Network Thursday night game.
Okay.
I remember listening closely to the post-game press conference.
Okay.
And Jim Harbaugh's words didn't exactly sound like he had his man Alex Smith's back. Mm-hmm. I remember walking away from that going, I don't have a feeling he's going back to Alex. Mm-hmm. I think this is definitely Colin Kaepernick's job.
I think what was so, and maybe he truly didn't know, or maybe he was just doing what he does best with the media, Mr. Harbaugh, which is just not give us a whole lot of anything. He's brilliant at that, and that's fine. But I think when we were there and he said Kaepernick's going to be the starter this week, okay, well, Coach, what about next week? Well, we'll see. We've got 2 great quarterbacks. I think that he played it pretty safely that way. But, hey, no one could have been more surprised than Alex Smith. I think that, and he said it himself on Media Day. I'm sure you heard it. He's playing at the top of his game, and that happens. And we have been trained that you don't lose your job to injury. So, but the way that he's handled it, the way that he has stepped in and been a team player and still been there for Cap and helped him out, it's pretty impressive.
Okay, I'm going in deep where you're at. You're in the trenches.
Oh boy, here we go.
Okay, so you would know better than I, but I'm going to give you my opinion.
Okay.
Alex Smith is saying all the right things. Alex Smith
Sure.
is doing what you expect from a team player, right?
Sure.
Do you really believe him, though? Because I don't. I believe deep down inside he's furious. I
don't disagree with that.
I know he doesn't want to be a distraction, but I think underneath, I could only imagine what's boiling underneath.
Absolutely.
You buy that?
I do buy that. I mean, he talked to the media right after it happened, and he was very diplomatic and calculated in the words that he chose, because you are right. He's saying all the right things. He is doing all the right things because he needs to set himself up for a better opportunity. So, it would have been justified to the moon for him to come out and say, this is BS, and I'm angry, and that should be me, not him. And I shouldn't be losing my job because I got injured. That's not how it works in the NFL. But he's doing all the right things because I think he deserves the opportunity to be a starting quarterback somewhere else, and he's going to get it.
Are you going to get the interview no matter what the outcome is?
No matter who.
Of Alex Smith, so he can tell you, I'm ticked, I'm furious.
Wouldn't that be
because
great?
he's
I would
going
love
to
to.
he's going to unload. I don't know, Michelle, if
Do you think so? I don't know that he ever will.
I think he's
don't know that he
dying to
ever will.
erupt and say, you know what?
I think what he gave Deion Sanders at Media Day is the most you're going to see out
Really?
of him. That's what I think.
Okay.
Yep.
I said I'm going deep, and you're closer to the situation than me.
You went there.
I'm in Nashville.
You are.
I'm not around this team every day. That's just my gut feeling. I've been around players enough to know that he's a competitor.
I think he's gonna do it.
He wants to be out there.
Sure, of course, and he's made that known, and he's going to erupt, but not in front of the media. I just don't. If he hasn't done it already, why would he do it now?
I'm just looking out for you for the big interview.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You'll get a lot of attention. People will talk about Michelle Beisner's interview with Alex Smith, where he just exploded.
Erupted.
And
it's
said,
not gonna happen.
forget this franchise. I'm out of here.
He will forget the franchise. He will be out of there. He'll be in Cleveland or Kansas City, or trust me on that. He's gone, but he's not going to erupt.
Were you surprised they were able to do what they did to the Packers?
Very much.
I mean, the Packers look lost, like they'd never seen the read option.
Right.
Well, they didn't. They hadn't all season, but you have a week to prepare for the read option, and they look like they took the week off.
Well, and what was so interesting, I spoke with Clay Matthews that week. I spoke with Tramon Williams. I spoke with Sam Shields. I spoke with, these guys. Like, you're right. They looked completely lost out there. But Clay was 100% certain that they were ready for his speed, for what he's able to do with his feet. Completely ready. And I was baffled by it. And that's a testament, though, at how impressive Colin Kaepernick is. For him to be able to go out there in the opening drive, second pass, I think, and throw a pick six to Sam Shields and then come back, recover, and set an NFL record for 281 yards. For him to do that, he scares me in this game.
All right, another comment. Let's see if you can shoot that one down, too. It seems like everything I'm throwing out there, it's just not working.
I'm good at
but
shooting
that's good.
Things down.
It's okay.
Okay.
Everybody's telling me how unflappable this kid is. You're around him.
Yeah.
I think come Sunday, different animal. I think there's going to be a lump in his throat. I think there's going to be some butterflies in the stomach. I think he may be in the back throwing up.
You think so?
That's just my gut feeling. What do you think?
I don't know.
Everybody says,
pretty...
you can't get to this kid. He's unflappable.
And listen, he doesn't say much. He doesn't give you much. But that's calculated as well. That's by design. He was asked, why? What we know you're taking a page out of your coach's story here, but out of your coach's book by not giving us a whole lot. But why? You know, you're a young kid who should give us more than you're giving us. And he said, the more that you reveal, the less advantage you have. That's a big, bold statement that says a lot about how calculated his moves are. I don't know. I mean, I've been asked a lot this week if this stage is going to be too big for him. I don't think it is. This kid scares me, and the Ravens should be scared of him, because if he goes out and he does what they did to the Packers, and this Ravens defense is not ready for his speed, and they're not ready for what he's able to do in the read option, it's over.
He will do something no rookie quarterback has ever done.
He will do that.
He'll win a Super Bowl.
That's right.
So your prediction is?
My prediction.
Do you have to stick with the team you're covering?
No. And I flip-flop about this game every day. I really feel like the Ravens are a team of destiny, and I know that that's the statement of the week, but you can't deny that. And I was there. I was covering when the Ravens lost their third straight game to the Broncos late in the season, and everyone's throwing their hands up going, they're calling for the backup quarterback in that game.
They fired their offensive coordinator.
That's right. And, what is Caldwell doing, and how big of a mistake was that? For them to be here, they're a team of destiny. But if Kaepernick is on, the 49ers win that game.
Guess where the 49ers are at next year?
Oh. Are they coming to Nashville?
They are.
How do you feel about that? Feeling good about that?
You can interview me next year.
That'll
be a ratings bonanza.
That will make my career. Do you understand? That will make my career.
This is radio. You can get away with it, but we are videotaping this interview. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. It was nice chatting with you.
Enjoy the game.
I will do that.
Michelle Beisner, NFL Network, here on 102.5 The Game.